Hello traders, hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. Just thought of making a weekly analysis video here to give you my updates on what I think will be happening this week, on what I'll be trading, what I'll be focusing on. So far we have 5 trades open, 1 million, almost 2 million floating profit dollars, floating in profit. Currently you can see market is closed, will be opening in 7 hours since it's a weekend, it's 7th. So yeah, I can give you the weekly update and analysis. So let's jump into it. First we start with the news. So as that loads, so we start with news. Last week we had NFP. We had a lot of volatility on Friday. You know, NFP comes out every first week of the month on Fridays. So yeah, we saw choppiness in the market. We saw actually some markets liquidity was being swept both sides. I was on a trade at that time, but I'd broken even. But yeah, it managed to close in profit. So I'll break that down too. So Saturday today we have the EU red folder. So what that means, you should expect a lot of gap ups tomorrow in the markets, and then Monday, very clear day, Tuesday. So what you should be focusing on is CPI and PPI. So CPI is down here, CPI, and PPI I guess is on Friday, right? PPI. So those are the two most crucial red folder news events I'll be watching. Then let's dive into the charts. So let's start with DXY so that we can have a picture of what to expect. So last time on DXY I told you markets were here, we swept below this low. On some other brokers also swept below this low. I broke that down for you using another chart I showed you. You see the chart just turns from here, of which most brokers, the charts just turn from here. Then I told you guys, once we're on this leg here, we target the buy side, we targeted that one and that buy side liquidity. So buy side liquidity was swept. So what do we target now? We target the sell side liquidity. So now what to expect maybe this coming week is for prices to retrace back to this daily fair value gap. Then we can have a push to the downside. So up move on DXY beginning of the week. What does that mean for other pairs like Euro, British Pound? Remember, they're inversely related. So if dollar is going up, the euro should be going down, right? So bit of retracement down, then continuation up for the Euro USD and GBP USD, and also for gold also. So yeah, that's briefly what's going on in DXY. Let's hop on Euro USD. Let's see what's going on there. So for Euro USD, my bias is bullishness. Expect a bullish move this week, targeting this buy side liquidity. So I can zoom out. Where I'm not going to break down the whole chart because you guys have seen me break down all these moves. So after prices failed to push from this external POI, we actually violated it and came down here, created a new low. We had liquidity here, and what we got to see is the market structure changed. So markets were pushing to the upside, and these huge areas were supporting price. Get to see this area held price, and we took a trade in the lower time frame from that area. So as I was saying, we got to see that prices, this area held prices, and order flow changed, and we got to capitalize on that by taking this trade. And then now the last, let's go to the 4 hour time frame, see what's happening there. On the 4 hour, there was a down close candle there, this order block, which currently has held price once, twice, thrice. So very good move. I believe that's justification of that will be pushing upwards on this pair. So it's just a matter of capitalizing on when and where Currently I do have a position on Eurusd, and it's kind of a very smart move I took on my side. I'll overlay it on the screen there. I took this trade here. I took the trade on this candle here. After this area holding price and this liquidity here being taken, if I draw a trend line, I think you can see all this nasty liquidity here. This liquidity all being taken. Beginning of last week, we had this gap up here, represented by this box. Let me just delete it so you can see. Get to see a gap up, yeah, price gapped up. So then we got to see on the lower time frames, prices were just accumulating here. Then we got a push to the downside, which filled this gap, because we expect the market to feel an inefficiency before it can continue with its move. So that was the manipulation phase. As soon as this sell side liquidity was swept, I just looked for an entry. Any entry I could find on the lower time frame. Remember, I'm on the 1 hour time frame. So if you go to the like 5 minute, you'll find very good entries. So I know it's a bit risky for you guys, but closed accumulation here. I drew this as my manipulation phase, and we got to see prices went up, fair value gap held, broke above, and the distribution happened to the upside. So what should we expect this week? Okay, so currently I expect maybe a sell from here, this area. I'll expect prices to come down. Why would I expect prices to come down? Because the XY we have seen, it has to retrace back to that fair value gap. So that time I expect this one to be doing the inverse of what the XY will be doing. So it should be coming down. Then on the daily, we have this fair value gap here. So let's move to the daily real quick. So on the daily, we have this area here, okay, marked out. So this let me just press here. This is a fair value gap. You can see it clearly now. It's a fair value gap. This high, I believe if you extend it, I've extended it out with a line. So prices, I expect prices to come down to this area around there, then buy, targeting this high here, this high buy side liquidity. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking at. I'll still hold my trade and break even, then I'll let close some few positions, because you remember, traders, you have to pay yourself. Then I'll let the other positions run. So targeting this buy side, very good trade. So what do I expect? I don't even want to catch the sell move because it's too risky. I'm in a buy bullish market. I just want to catch bullish moves. So I'd rather not trade this sell or search for an entry there. But when prices sweep this low, this liquidity here, this sell side, once prices sweep that sell side liquidity, now I'll be looking for entries. My mind will be focused. I'll just be looking for anything to show me that we're having a reversal, and I'll add more trades. Okay, but so far so good. Got good entries on the last candle here, and it's just a power move. It's just a very good, it was a very good start of the week last week, and I'm still holding on those positions. I'm deep in that position. I'll overlay everything you need to see on the side of the screen. So yeah, that's on Euro USD. Let's go to Great British Pound USD. What do I expect for this pair? So let's start from the 4 hour. Remember, higher time frame first. Okay, so we've been analyzing this pair with you guys from a long time ago, and I told you once that prices weren't breaking below this level. That's why I was always targeting this level as my take profit. And you got to see the last week rejected there, also had a week there. So this area, I told you guys, this area is a very strong area. So what did I expect you guys to, once we broke above this channel, this broke above that channel, I told you guys to expect prices to retrace. I told you that when I remember I was analyzing when we were here. Actually, the market had closed here, and what I was expecting is I was expecting that week to open with a down move to the downside, come retrace here. I was expecting this kind of a move, push down, retrace. That's where people can enter sell trades, then push to the downside, retest here and continue. But we get to see that's not what played out in the long run. We get to see that prices that week came down, yes, but pushed higher, and then came, retested this area, got some trades here on the lower time frame, on the 5 minute and 15 minute. That's why they look all small here. And then finally prices came back to retest, and same thing on Eurusd. We get to see 3 taps, 4 taps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So now what are we targeting? Now we're targeting the buy side. So target this high, this other high. Okay, so those are the highs we're targeting. We're targeting that higher high, and so those are our drawn liquidity so far. Okay, so as you can see, let me put it here. So this is what we're targeting. We're targeting this buy side and this high. Okay, so that's my analysis on Great British Pound USD. Now let's go to gold. I know you guys love gold, so let's go to gold. What's happening with gold? Let's see what's happening with gold. Let me move to the 2-hour time frame for you guys. Expand it. So far so good on gold. So we've come from far on gold. These are all our analysis. You can cancel it out so you can see the clear chart, but you see there's nothing we can see here. So there, I love it with my analysis. So I've been breaking down this chart for you every week, and I told you guys, for a sell move to really happen, we have to close below this C area. This, you remember this Elliott wave area where we took that buy trade from? We have to close below that area, but we haven't ever closed below, though we had reason to close below, because on the higher time frame we got to see this move. It was like a sweep of liquidity. Then I was expecting a break of structure, then a retest, then a continuation down on the higher time frame, but we got a break of structure. We broke above, no, we got a sweep above this liquidity, this area, this high. Then we came back down, but we didn't close below this or break this C level, so no break of structure. So that means there's no sell move we are confirming in the market. So now we only target on my last analysis we were somewhere here, right here. Told you guys this was our POI, point of interest. So I remember I told you this breaker block, I was expecting this breaker block to react, price to react off the CE, the 50% area of that breaker block or fair value gap, and then have a push to the downside targeting the drawn liquidity. But what we got to see, we didn't target that. Prices bounced off that, came here. Why we sold from here? Because QM, you know QM, so it's always like an M, it's like retest, let's say something like that. So prices had to come back to this area, so QM is like an M pattern. So M, it should have come like this, retest, then gone down, but you see it took time and came, and found a lot of sellers there and pushed to the downside. This last down closing candle was the order block, and we see prices didn't close below, so it was a POI, and it held prices well. Some people would have found entries here on the lower time frame. Remember this on the 2-hour time frame. Some people find the entries here. I see they use Malaysian SNR. Here they use this, so they come after this, they consider this maybe a manipulation, then they trade off this retest, and you see it works well. So yeah, whatever you use, as long as you found that entry. So what did I expect this week? We broke above this trend line, broke above. We got to see it held prices well. Prices is respecting that area once, twice, then once prices closed above, we get to see it acts like a support. So once again, twice, and this manipulation week here was for FOMC, right? FOMC on Friday. So I first expected maybe prices to come and retest of this H4 area, H3 area, then we can have maybe a continuation. But I told you prices will always be targeting this buy side liquidity and this buy side liquidity, and just happened so perfectly that the week ended when we have closed, when we have tapped both buy liquidity, both buy side liquidity. So I gave you the trade, gave you my analysis, and it's happening right in front of your eyes. So what do I expect this week? Since we are bullish, we don't care about sales. I don't care about catching any sell move. I'm only catching bullish moves. So maybe a retest. Why? Because I've told you the dollar will be going up to retest the fair value gap before going down. So it will be inverse for gold. So as DXY is going up, I expect gold to be selling. So it can come somewhere here. Then since also this area, some people can say it's a resistance and support. They can maybe take longs from this area. And then we push to the upside. But what will it target? So let's look at what we can always target. So we can always target fair value gaps, of which there's a fair value gap here. You can always target that. So my first target will be here. Let me draw it out for you guys. My first target will be here. That can be my first target. Then the end of, you see there's this fair value gap there. Then maybe this liquidity here, you get to see trend line liquidity, very good liquidity. Maybe can target the first high there, can target the first high, can target the first high there, because there's where a lot of stop losses were of people who were selling again. Then I can target maybe second high, but let me just target there. So this can be my third, the B wave high can be my second target, but let me just put the end here as my third target. Then yeah, I guess those can be my targets. So this area 2440, no, 2405, 2429, and 2437 to 40. Maybe even the high, but that's extreme. But yeah, we have to target something. So that's what I'll be targeting. Hope you guys will this will help clear up any confusion you had, or maybe help you with your bias and how to formulate a trade. So expect a move to the downside maybe, then we push to the upside, right? So look at points of interest along this area. Here is one. Maybe we can look at one here, point of interest, and somewhere that we think price can reverse from. Then let's have USD Swiss. So for USD Swiss, guys, I'm passionate about this pair. I love it so much, and we started with this pair from the beginning, and even our first trade we ever took was this. So what did I expect? I told you guys expect this move, but now I also told you guys that this trend line has held price. You get to see price respected it to the tick, and so far so good. And since the dollar will be pushing downwards, so maybe we can expect a minor move to the upside here. Then when dollar targets the side liquidity, we can target the, so yeah, I think it's just high time we close this trade. I don't think we'll be targeting any range target high there anymore. I guess that POI was the last point of interest. So yeah, and remember there was also a sell here. I told you guys, very good sell. It's like an M too. It's M, then manipulation, then prices come to retest. Same thing that I've shown you on gold just right now. So that happened, the QM thing. So yeah, I don't think that this trade will be viable anymore. So now maybe we're in the sell side. So now I'll change my bias to targeting now the areas we left off in the markets. Okay, till downwards. Okay, till the start maybe of this trend. So I'll see about that. I'll see if there's a cycle here, maybe with the sell side of the sell cycle. I'll see all that, and I'll always update you guys. Another trade I was looking at was NSD USD. So for NSD USD, I wanted us to buy. Oh, sorry. I wanted us to buy this pair. Remember, we bought some time back here. That's the last trade we took on this pair. But I was hoping that after collecting this liquidity, we can come down and target this area and buy from this area. But so far, let's see if this coming week. So here the USD comes. It's like, so USD may be positive. Then when USD is dropping, it's going to be going up. Okay, let's see about that. So this is the order block here that has held price for the longest time. So maybe I expect maybe some sales, but prices have almost reached the top. But let's see if prices will react, continue going down. But I'm really hoping we get to catch a buy from here. So yeah, that's it, guys. Oh yeah, silver. We took a trade there. Silver, how is it going? Let me look at silver. Oh, we hit our buy side liquidity. News helped us. We get to see that FOMC manipulation over there. Swept these lows. That manipulation pushed higher. So what do we target? Maybe this other, this second buy side liquidity. At the end of the day, remember the dollar will be coming down, so maybe we'll see some push downwards, then upwards again. So I'll still hold the trades. I'll pay myself off. Then once market opens, break even, then hold some positions. Don't mind, I hope you're not hearing the rain. It's raining so powerfully here. Just started a few minutes ago. And then another pair I'm also holding is, let me check, Audi CHF. I've been holding Audi CHF. Audi. I've been holding this pair for some time now. You've actually seen it on my trade dashboard and all that. I've been holding it since somewhere here. I think somewhere here. I just took a sniper entry actually from here, and I've been holding it. But if prices break below, I'm going to close that position. Another position I've been looking at. Oh, by the way, before I forgot, on Great British Pound CHF, if you follow my my YouTube posts, I posted this trade on Thursday there, because I was like, there's no need to make a video for one pair. I can just make a post. So what's happening here, I expect what's going to happen. I took a buy from these lows, but what I expect now is prices to form like a M pattern. Remember here, manipulation, it's like a head shoulder, it's like a shoulder head shoulder pattern. So maybe a break below, a retest, then a continuation. That's something I forgot that I was going to include in this trade. You have to, that's something you can really check on this week. We get to see if you use Malaysian SNR, we get to see that prices didn't close. Those people ignore the wicks and use the body. So we get to see if we use the body of the up closing candle. We get to see if we extend a resistance line from there. We get to see how prices reject. This manipulation happened because of NFP. I was trading this trade. I was on a buy and I had broken even, but this week hit my stop loss, but I closed with some profit. And then we get to see that prices don't close above. Reject once, twice, thrice, then a retest, perfect retest on this candle. So this can be another block and prices pushed down. So what do you expect this coming week? Maybe I should expect, if prices close, so since we have swept below this low, maybe if we close below this candle, we close below here, a retest, then a continuation will be so perfect for this trade. I can go to the 15-minute time frame. So what I was looking at on this trade was simply SMC and ICT. So for me to catch the up move, I saw liquidity, point of interest. For the people who trade ICT on the daily time frame, we had just this move. Market opened somewhere here, We had a small move to the downside, but a huge push to the upside. Remember those news that morning? So that trade, how you can always formulate a trade, once markets calm down, it will form like a pendant, right? Exactly. And once prices close below that pendant, sweeping that liquidity, you can always formulate a trade. So once prices swept the daily low, I formulated first my first trade and I took that entry. I was targeting New York time between 9:30 and 10:30 for my entry, and just before that we got to see prices push to the upside a bit, and then next morning we had this move, didn't like it, came and took a trade here and start targeting some highs. So I targeted this high, targeted that high, and yeah, all happened, all went well. So now what do we expect? I should expect maybe a close below, because prices have rejected that area and we have gotten to see that. So as I've said, head, shoulder pattern, right? So expect that maybe, and it's a good trade. You can definitely catch it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Have a nice week. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment below the video. I'll get back to you. I'll always answer back. I'll always even do a video on whatever pair you want me to analyze for you, whatever stock, whatever index, whatever future pair, anything crypto, I'll analyze it for you. So no stress. Have a nice week. I hope I've helped you with this minor analysis here on Euro USD, Great British Pound USD, Gold, NSD USD, and Great British Pound CHF. Silver, people who can take a continuation move, do that. And wish you guys the best. Hope you're going to have the best week and a profitable week. And cheers.